Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to today's live stream. I am going to be your host for today, where we have a very exciting feature coming up very soon. We have a very exciting one. My name is Daniel Armstrong, and thank you so much for joining us here on the YouTube Play Red live channel, where we have again, a very exciting fixture coming up. We've not got too long left before kickoff. We just have about 12 minutes left to go, so that we don't have a lot of time to talk about everything we really want to go through. But we're going to have a quick look at quite a few things that we should be pointing out before this match kicks off here at the San Mamés Stadium, where Real Mallorca will be facing up, well, some would argue, quite a competitive team at the minute in the LaLiga division. They will be facing Elche, who are a very interesting one to say the least. Most would consider the underdogs of this season, but so far they've proved to be a very tough team. Despite only being promoted last season, they seem to be performing very well, as they are sitting far above Real Mallorca on the table, and they have been pulling out quite some impressive results. But before we talk about them, we're going to talk about Real Mallorca and what they did last week out. Now, last time out for Real Mallorca, they did face Oviedo, and that was away at the Carlos Tartiere Stadium, where both teams did manage to go goalless, and it all ended square with both teams taking home a point each. So, a draw last time out for Real Mallorca. Also, Oviedo did manage to pick up 2 direct red cards in the 89th and in the 95th minute of the match. And a goal... a point for each team out there last time, with both teams going goalless, so 0-0 last time out for Real Mallorca at the Carlos Tartiere Stadium. And, to say the least, a poor performance from Real Mallorca. There were some players that did play okay. I think Vidil was quite decent last week out for Real Mallorca. I think he's one of the players that's been having one of the most consistent performances in this Real Mallorca squad, but overall, a very poor team performance from Real Mallorca. Defensively, it was very poor. Oviedo were attacking a lot more. They were dominating the match, and offensively, it was also lacking a lot of creativity. It was lacking a lot of chances. Again, it just wasn't good enough last time out from Real Mallorca. But, to say the least, at least a point last week out. So not a terrible result, but when it comes to performance, it definitely wasn't good for Real Mallorca. So they will be looking for a good performance out here today. Again, they are facing quite a competitive and tough team. I'm not quite sure. I think this match is so close. It's such a tough one. I couldn't really tell you what's going to happen. But one thing I do know is that Real Mallorca haven't been in the greatest form. And on the other hand, this Elche side has been in brilliant form recently. So it's something that Real Mallorca really do need to take into consideration. Although Real Mallorca are playing at home here at the San Mamés Stadium, where they usually are the better side, they're still facing a very tough team that know how to put in a good display home and away. So, if we look at recent form from both of these sides, Real Mallorca have currently won 1 out of their last 5 matches, and Elche have also won 1 out of their last 5 matches. So, when it comes to actual victories, when it comes to actually racking up 3 points, both of these sides within the last 5 matches similar. Again, Real Mallorca have had a terrible start to the season, and it's getting a bit better progressively, but it's not really moving much. Whereas Elche have had a brilliant start to the season. They started off really good, and now they're starting to fall down a bit in form, but they're still up there at 9th place. They're still up there, collecting a high amount of points and gaining some very impressive results recently. Just drawing to Real Madrid last week out 2-2 at their own ground. So again, recent form, when it comes to victories, both of these teams similar, but I do think Elche have been looking a lot stronger than Real Mallorca at the minute. And if we talk about last time out for Real Mallorca, last time out for Elche, they did face Girona Football Club, and that was all the way there at the Manuel Martinez Stadium, where the home side did manage to keep the 3 points at home with a comfortable result, winning 3-0 for Elche. So a very good result last time out for Elche. They will be confident coming from that 3-0 victory. It was actually Rafa Mir who scored 2 of the goals in the second half, and he is starting for Elche up here today, up front. And he is going to be a man who's in top form. He is going to be a man who's, I would reckon, the main danger for Real Madrid, the main eye that they have to keep a target out for. So, a man in top 4 scoring 2 goals last week out, but don't you worry, because Real Madrid also have a man in top 4, 2 strikers going head to head, and the man for Real Madrid is Vedat Muriqi, who's currently the maximum goal scorer this season for Real Madrid. He has 8 goals to his name so far. A very, very good start for Real Madrid this season, scoring 2 goals last time he played here at Son Moix, currently making him the 3rd maximum goal scorer of the LaLiga division. So we have 2 strikers out here today going head to head. I think it's going to be a very, very interesting one. Again, I think it's going to be really close. I'm going to say it now. I think we're looking at a draw out here today, but Elche, I think, are a bit of a worrying side. They do scare me a little bit again, as they have been performing very good recently. But Real Madrid have also had some positives, also a lot of negatives, but they've been scoring a lot of goals recently. Real Madrid, they've been very good at that. So again, I think we have a bit of a close one on our hands. Now, if we actually talk about the last time that these 2 sides did face each other, that was all the way back in March 2023. Also played here at the Son Moix Stadium, where Boyo managed to get the late minute winner for Elche in the 88th minute to win the match 1-0 for Elche. So a victory last time out for Elche, the last time these 2 sides played, but again, that was all the way back in March 2023, and it was also played here at the Son Moix Stadium, but those are 2 completely different sides now. It's got nothing to do, I think with the teams we have out here today, Elche were a completely different side than Real Madrid too. But one thing I will say is that every time these 2 sides do face each other, it's always, not a goal fest. It's always a 1-0 or a 1-1. We're always looking at close results and draws most of the times, so I don't think it's going to be a goal fest out here today. But again, this is football, so you never know what can happen. So that was the result last time out that these 2 sides did face each other. Of course, Elche, ever since, have been playing in the 2nd division. They've just gotten back up into the 1st division this season. Most people thought they'd be doing, really bad and they go right back down, but at the minute they're proving everyone wrong, as currently they're sitting at 9th place with 19 points on the table, meaning they've won 4 matches, they've drawn 7 matches, and they've lost 4 matches. So again, 19 points for Elche already in the season, 9th place, really, really not bad. And if we look at Real Mallorca, where they're currently sitting, they are sitting at 17th place with 14 points on the table, so just 5 points behind Elche, meaning they've drawn 5 matches, they've won 3 matches and lost 7, sitting only 2 points away from relegation. So Real Mallorca, again, every point they get, every victory this season at the minute is so vital, as they've just been sitting so close to that relegation zone, getting closer and closer every time, and it's really not looking good. Wait a minute, now that I'm looking, by the looks of it, after the victory yesterday from Girona, Real Madrid actually dropped to 18th place, so they're not 17th anymore, so they are in the relegation zone now. Of course, that was after Girona's victory last night up against Real Sociedad, where they did win 2-1. They managed to bring it back despite going down in the first half and losing 1-0. So Real Madrid are currently sitting in relegation zone. It's been a really terrible start to the season for Real Madrid, not the start they've wanted, coming from such a good season last year out, ending almost in European football, ending 10th place in the top 10. Again, it was a brilliant result from Real Madrid last season, And then this season, they went in with high expectations, and it's just been, well, a really, really terrible start for Real Mallorca, not the start they've wanted. And if they don't start to put their foot on the gas at the minute, you know, it's really not looking good for Real Mallorca. Sitting all this way down, it's almost the end of the first half of the season, and they're still in the relegation. They really need to get it together, as it's getting very, very dangerous. So hopefully for Real Mallorca out here today, they can get any type of result, whether it's a win or a draw. I think anything is important at this point for Real Mallorca facing up against this Elche side. Now, if we look at the last 4 encounters between these sides face to face, Real Mallorca actually haven't won any of them. Elche have won 2 of them, and 2 of them were a draw. Of course, they are very close results. Again, as I said, it's always like a 1-0 or it's always a draw. These 2 sides, every time they face each other, it's never a goal fest. And again, I still think we're going to have a close one out here today. So we will see. As we are only about 2 minutes and a half away from kickoff, we just have the players getting ready to come out of the tunnel, head onto the pitch. And to say the least, I think it's going to be a very exciting one. Of course, Elche have had some players that have been in top form at the minute. Again, the striker that we mentioned earlier is Rafa Mir up front. He's got 6 goals to his name so far this season. And then, not only that, you have André Silva also playing for Elche. He's on 4 goals this season. So they do have some impressive players, this Elche side. And of course, Real Mallorca have some impressive players too, as they have made very good moves in the transfer window this summer. You've got Mateo Joseph, who's just been brought in. He's got 2 goals and 2 assists. Jan Vidil with 4 assists, ranked 4th for the most assists at the minute in the LaLiga division. So again, both of these teams have very, very talented players. But the question is, who's going to make the most of their talents out here today? We will see. And just 1 minute away from kickoff. We're waiting for these players to walk out the tunnel and to get ready for the matchup. Of course, we do have some changes in this Real Mallorca lineup. We have finally back for Real Mallorca is Leo Roman. After he went out injured, the main goalkeeper for Real Mallorca, who's been very, very impressive last season out. I mean, what a goalkeeper he is. And this season, of course, too, before he got injured. I mean, he's proved, in my opinion, to be one of the best goalkeepers in the La Liga division. And losing him getting injured was a big loss for Real Mallorca. Of course, Lucas Bergström, the goalkeeper from Finland, the tallest goalkeeper in the La Liga division, did step up to take his place. And he did do, in my opinion, he did do pretty good. But now that Leo Roman's back, he's already taken his place. And we'll see if he can play the way he was playing before he went out injured. Hopefully it doesn't bother him too much. The fact that he has been out for about a month and a half and we haven't seen him play, and now he's come in here without playing a single minute and he is starting the match. We sure hope that Leo Roman is in good form as he is the man between the sticks, one of the most important players on the pitch. And also one player we have missing, which is usually there for Real Mallorca, Samu Costa, as he was suspended for picking up 5 yellow cards. So he will not be in the lineup out here today. And now we have the players lining up for Real Mallorca and for Elche. As always, Real Mallorca playing in the red and black, and Elche playing in the green and white. And we do have Antonio Rayo also playing, despite picking up a bit of an injury last week out on his nose. Not quite sure if he broke his nose or not. But he was seen training these last few days wearing a mask. So we'll see if that does take effect also on Antonio Rayo again. We have some players that are just coming back from injury for Real Mallorca that might not be at their top form. And then also missing Samu Costa. So now the San Mas Stadium getting ready for this kickoff. And for Elche, nothing different, of course, in their lineup. And as I did mention, the man who's been in form at the minute for Elche, scoring 2 goals last week out, he'll be full of confidence, is Rafa Mir. And his matchup is going to be Vedam Moriki, who's also another striker in top form, in top confidence with 8 goals this season. And I mean, what season he is having. Just last season, he scored 7 goals and he was the maximum goal scorer for Real Mallorca. Well, this season he scored 8, so he's already beat his record. And we're not even halfway through the season. And I mean, I think Real Mallorca will be depending on him out here today. And again, as I did mention, there's Antonio Rayo just putting his mask on now for kickoff, as he did get a nose injury, I believe, last week out. So now the referee getting his watch ready. And Real Mallorca kick off the match here at the San Mas Stadium. And what an exciting 90 minutes we have coming up for us. And this San Mas Stadium not quite packed at the fullest. We still have people arriving, but a lot of empty seats out there today. Trying to play it forward, but good defending by Elche. Now they could break forward, giving it into Valera down this left wing. Here's Neto, back to Bigas. He's going to be the captain today for Elche, the number 6. Bigas. Peña also in net today for Elche. I'm not quite sure what both of these teams' approach are going to be out here today. I'm not quite sure if Elche are going to chase the goal, they're going to chase offensively, or if they're going to hold back in this first half. And I think one thing that we should point out was last week out for Real Mallorca, I think what they were really lacking is going for the first goal. I think they were holding back quite a lot against Oviedo, and they lacked quite a bit of creativity. Well, I think they should really use that out here today. So now here's Martin Valgent. And Martin Valgent also picked up an important record last time out for Real Mallorca, making him the foreign player with the most appearances for Real Mallorca. And he's been at the club for so long, and he's had quite a few important seasons. Lovely ball there into Moriki, but Peña just comes off his line and gets there first. And first few minutes in here now, and Real Mallorca already playing through balls, looking for that first goal. Here's Mojica into Gianvirgili. He does well. Gianvirgili gives in to Moriki. Back to Gianvirgili. Gets taken down. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. There is Jacob Arrasate, the Real Mallorca manager, on the sidelines. Anxious, most likely, because of the start he's had so far of the La Liga division. Here's Martin Valgent driving forward. He plays into Maffeo. Back to Valgent. And Valgent slows the play down. Takes it back to Raello. Here's Mojica into Gianvirgili, who just can't get his touch right. And Elche take the ball back. Here's Núñez. Núñez playing it into Santiago. Now Santiago plays into Núñez, who overlaps. Here's Núñez. He has quite a lot of room. He plays it back to Santiago, trying to put in the cross. And I'm not quite sure if it was a shot or a cross, but either way, it's got out of bounds. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca. And lovely little play there between Santiago and Núñez down that right wing, creating a lot of danger already. So first chance there for Elche in the first 4 minutes in. And already we can see lovely build-up play from that right side for Elche. Here's Martin Valgent driving forward. He's going to give it back to Omar Mascarell. And at the center defensive mid positions, we do have Manu Morlanes and Omar Mascarell. Lovely play from Gianvirgili there to skip past his man. He's going to take it forward, place it to Manu Morlanes. What a touch! Taking the shot! And Real Mallorca lead in the first 5 minutes in. And what a start for Son Mosh. What a start for Real Mallorca. And to say the least, what a start for Jacob Arrasate. First 5 minutes in here now, and Manu Morlanes takes the lead. What a build-up play that was there from Real Mallorca. And the assist from Gianvirgili is absolutely lovely. And again, just look at the touch there from Manu Morlanes. There's Gianvirgili. It does so well to skip past Núñez. And then he just drives and drives forward. It gives in to Manu Morlanes. That touch there by Manu Morlanes. And what a shot. It's a brilliant goal. Just curls it into that bottom right corner, Manu Morlanes. The shot is brilliant. Just charges it up, curls it in. There's just no saving that. It just goes by that first post. It's a brilliant shot. And again, the touch from Manu Morlanes. He places it so well for himself, and then he just slots it in so perfectly. And now Real Mallorca lead here. First 5 minutes in, up against this Elche side. And I can't quite believe this. What a start for Real Mallorca. The first chance they get, and it's a brilliant goal. And I will say, the assist from Gianvirgili to skip past his man. To skip past Núñez like that, even when he has his back towards him, it's absolutely brilliant from the youngster. And what a signing he's been for Real Mallorca. I would argue the best one they've made. He's just made such an impact on this squad. And that actually is 5 goals for him this season. And that, I believe, will currently make him the 3rd maximum assists in the La Liga division, so he'll be 3rd place for assists. And he's just been brilliant so far. And now look at Muriqi driving down the wing, and Real Mallorca are looking very confident. Here's Manu Morlanes, the goal scorer. He's going to play it out wide. Here's Sergi Darder in the middle of the park. Pablo Maffeo taking it back to Valgent. He's going to give it back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman kicking up forward. Good ball into Muriqi. Just can't get enough height on his jump. And now Elche are in possession. Gruber playing it into Just. Back to Gruber. Here's Gruber driving forward. He's going to play out wide. And Elche just holding possession in Real Mallorca's half of the pitch. Looking for a way to drive forward. Playing it out wide. Trying to put in the cross. It's cleared by Real Mallorca. The rebound still falls to Elche. And they play it out wide again to Núñez. Again, here's Núñez on this right-hand side. Mojica defending him. He does very well, Mojica. And he kicks it up forward looking for Muriqi. The ball goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And it's very good defending. Just went out of bounds, as you can see there. And what a start Real Mallorca have had so far in this first half. It's been absolutely brilliant. And there's Lucas Bergström on the bench. Again, a man who won't be happy, as he was the main goalkeeper just last month as Leo Roman went out injured. But now Leo Roman's back. He took his place immediately. So now Omar Mascaré playing a through ball into Mateo Joseph. Too much power on that pass, and Mateo Joseph just can't get there on time. So now it's going to be a goal kick for Elche. Now here's Peña, waiting for someone to challenge him. He plays it short. Peña in possession. He plays into the captain, Bigas, who's going to try and drive forward. Mateo Joseph challenging him, but he can't get it back. Santiago plays it back to Bigas. Now playing a through ball here into Santiago. He's up against Mojica. He plays it back. They end up losing it. It's good defending by Real Mallorca. Mateo Joseph playing the ball into Sergi Darder. He plays into Muriqi. Here's Muriqi. Keeping the ball himself. He plays into Mojica. Mojica maybe just coming in a bit too fast. He ends up losing it. And Peña decides to clear up forward. He gives the throw in directly to Real Mallorca. The former Barcelona goalkeeper who signed for Elche since Barcelona did decide to sign Joan Garcia. So he decided to make his move to not sit on the bench. And he has been very good for Elche so far. Now Real Mallorca defending very well. Playing it into Muriqi. He gives it to Mateo Joseph. Mateo Joseph, good ball from him into Sergi Darder. Playing it free into Jambirigili. Jambirigili can drive forward. He cuts in. He takes the shot off. He hits the post. And what chance that was there for Real Mallorca. And he just hits the post of that top right corner. And it should have been 2 for Real Mallorca. What a chance that was there. The build-up play from Mateo Joseph, Sergi Darder, Muriqi and Jambirigili. The build-up play from those four was absolutely brilliant there. And you could just see the pace on Jan Virgili. No one can quite catch him. He's just so fast on the ball. And I want to take a look at the replay there. He just tries to put it in that top right corner. Just bounces off the post. And what a signing he's been for Real Mallorca. And him along Muriqi, they've really been the main threats up front this season. He's only 19 years old. The Spaniard that also plays for the under-19 squad for Spain. And what talent he is. Here's Omar Mascarell, back to Martin Valgent. He gives in to Muriqi. Muriqi into Omar. Here's Sergi Darder in the middle of the park. What can he do with it? He gives it back to Raello. Out wide to Martin Valgent. And back to Raello. Sergi Darder. Back to Leo Roman. Now Martin Valgent can drive forward. Here's Antonio Raillo into Mojica. To Raillo. Lovely ball from Raillo into Jan Virgili. He just tries to cut in. But it's well defended by Nunes. And there's the chance. Here's the replay here from Jan Virgili. Just cuts in. Oh, and it just bounces off of that post in the top right corner. You just can't get the curl on it. The ball, it just looks to go straight. What a chance that was there for Real Mallorca to make it 2-0. And so far, it's been a brilliant first half from Real Mallorca. So now here come Elche, but Manu Morlan is defending very, very well. Elche still get away with it. Down this left wing, it's Santiago. Santiago playing it free, trying to put in the cross, but there's no one there for Elche. Real Mallorca playing it into Muriqi, who just gets taken down. And it's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. And the defending and the offensive, everything in this first half for Real Mallorca has been brilliant. Here's the chance again from Jan Virgili. He just cuts in. He does so well. And then he just smashes it into that post. He's so unlucky not to score it there. And he's yet to get his first goal for Real Mallorca, as he does have 5 assists this season, but no goals for him at the minute. So now Elche again giving away the ball almost immediately to Real Mallorca. They get it back. It's Santiago. And maybe Elche need to start to slow the play down. I think that needs to be their next approach, as Real Mallorca have the complete momentum at the minute. They play out wide to Bigas. Bigas into Santiago. Santiago up against Pablo Maffeo. He passes it into Febas. Febas into Neto. Trying to take the long shot off there, Oviedo. Not Oviedo, Elche, sorry. But he just sends it flying over the crossbar. It's a poor effort there from Elche and a poor shot from Neto. There's the goal again from Manu Morlanes. The shot is brilliant. The low driven, the way he just curls it into that bottom right corner. And the assist, of course, from Vidil. Absolutely spectacular. So now here's Antonio Rayo, and he's going to drive forward. He gives into Mateo Joseph. He's going to take it forward himself. He's doing well here, Mateo Joseph. He just ends up losing it. Maybe should have let go of the ball a bit sooner there. So now here come Elche, playing it down the left wing. It's Santiago. He gives it back to Bigas. Bigas to Febas. And they play out wide again to Santiago, up against Pablo Maffeo. He's going to try and cut in. He ends up taking it back. Good ball from Santiago to play it into Neto. Back to Santiago. By the looks of it, they're going to take it through the middle. They don't seem to be taking it down that right-hand side as much anymore. And now committing the foul, Real Mallorca. As the Elche player goes down, and it's going to be a free kick for Elche. And Manu Morlanes picks up the yellow card. The man who scored the first goal of the match. He just commits the foul there. Just tries to get the ball from Nunes. And there's Pichu Cuellar in the stands watching his team play on. The 41-year-old goalkeeper who played for Real Mallorca in the Copa del Rey last time out, just 2 weeks ago. The third choice goalkeeper. So now Elche can't make anything from that. And by the looks of it, Real Mallorca could break on the counter-attack. It's Vidal Muriqi who's through on goal. Vidal Muriqi takes the shot off. And he just kicks it right at the keeper. And what a chance that was there for Real Mallorca. Vidal Muriqi, he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper. And he just kicks it right at Pina. It's a poor shot. What a ball that was from Sergi Darder into Muriqi. And Real Mallorca again with a massive chance to make it 2-0. But now here come Elche. And Pablo Maffeo has put it in the back of his own net. And now Elche have gotten the equalizer. And what has just happened there? What has just happened? I can't quite believe my eyes. Vidal Muriqi was free on goal 1v1. He kicks it right at Pina. Elche get the ball back on the next play. And Pablo Maffeo just puts it in the back of his own net, trying to clear the ball. And I mean, I can't quite believe this. Rafa Mir, he puts in the low cross looking for Santiago. And I'm just not quite sure what Pablo Maffeo is trying to do there. He just gets caught up trying to clear the ball, and I can't believe it. Real Mallorca were absolutely dominating the match, doing so well. And they've had chances to make it about 3-0, 3 very big chances. And now they've just given Elche the biggest lifeline they could have given them. And I mean, it's so poor from Real Mallorca to do that. I can't quite believe my eyes. And the chance for Vidal Muriqi, he should have been scoring it. And then the post from Vidil. They were absolutely dominating this match. And pretty much from nothing, Real Mallorca have given Elche the biggest lifeline they needed, as they were getting absolutely dominated so far. But now it's all equal here at the Son Moix Stadium. Elche 1, Real Mallorca 1. So now Real Mallorca trying to keep in play. Omar Mascarell gets away with it. He gets taken down. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Omar Mascarell demands for the yellow card. The referee doesn't award it. And a nightmare start so far for Pablo Maffeo, committing the own goal, and I just think he's undecisive whether he should backheel the ball or he should kick it. And I mean, it's a really, really poor own goal from Pablo Maffeo. He just kicks it right at his own net. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking. So now Elche taking the throw-in and Real Mallorca defending very well. Back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman into Raillo. Here's Raillo into Martin Valgent. And Real Mallorca still holding most of the possession. But you can just really tell that the energy shifted since they gave away that own goal. Look at Vidil losing the ball there, and now Elche can break on the counter-attack. And they do well to skip past. Here's Santiago on the left wing. He slows the play down and gives it to Bigas. And here's Neto. He's going to play it back. Here's Affengruber. He's going to play it to Núñez. Núñez out wide to Valera. And you could really, really tell that the energy has shifted in here. As Real Mallorca were having one of the best displays I've seen all season. They just gave away that own goal, and now Elche is starting to look a lot better. So now Elche with a good build-up play, trying to make something from this. Pablo Maffeo into Sergi Darder, out wide to Mateo Joseph, into Manu Morlanes. Raillo, back to Leo Roman, playing out wide to Mojica. Mojica into Gianvirgili. Now here's Manu Morlanes driving forward. Real Mallorca trying to get the rhythm back in this first half, as they were so close to scoring and making it to 2-0. I mean, they had two massive chances. Here's Gianvirgili on the left wing. He's just surrounded by Elche players. He gives it back to Mojica. Mojica back to Raillo. Switching it down the middle to Martin Valgent. Here's Sergi Darder. Playing out wide to Mojica. He's going to try and put in the cross. There's just no one there, but Real Mallorca still keep possession. It's Maffeo. Into Omar Mascarell. Switching out wide to Sergi Darder. Gives it to Mojica. Gianvirgili. And Real Mallorca just holding the possession, not giving the ball away. Again, I just think they're trying to get the energy back that they had in the start of this match. Manu Morlanes almost losing it in a dangerous position. Here's Martin Valgent. Out wide to Maffeo. Back to Valgent. Trying to play the through ball into Mateo Joseph. He's chasing it down. He can't quite get there as it's well defended. And Peña gets there first. He gives it quickly to Affengruber. Here's Just. Just playing it out wide to Santiago on the left wing. Playing it all the way back to Peña. Here's Elche in possession of the ball now. Playing it down the right wing into Valera. And Elche not rushing it forward at all. Just trying to keep hold of the ball. Here's Nunes. Affengruber out wide to Just. Back to Affengruber. Elche again playing out wide to Santiago. And they're going to switch it again. Here's Affengruber. He's going to take it forward himself. He plays into Neto. Out wide to Valera. Valera back to Núñez. Affengruber into Núñez. And Elche just keeping hold of that ball. Ramak also not rushing forward to get the ball back. Now we're going to switch out wide to Santiago. Mateo Joseph challenging him. Now Elche trying to play the through ball into Rafa Mir. They can't make anything from it, and Mojica in possession. He's going to try and play it to Muriqi, who brings it down well. The ball just gets challenged, and Elche take possession back. And here's Just driving forward. He gives it into Santiago down the left wing. He's taking on Pablo Maffeo. He cuts in very well. He ends up losing it, taking on one too many players maybe. Then Muriqi gets taken down. The free kick was awarded. And there's the goal again, the own goal from Pablo Maffeo. And I just can't quite believe what he's done there, Pablo Maffeo. It's really poor, and I mean, he could have just cleared it with his left foot. He could have kicked it up. And it really, really didn't look like Elche were causing any danger. Real Mallorca were completely the better side. And again, they had so many chances to get the second goal. And now the energy is just completely shifted to Elche ever since they've given away that own goal. And they really can't afford to be giving away mistakes like that, Real Mallorca, especially in the position that they're in. Sitting at 18th place. Now here's Just taking it forward. Pablo Maffeo into Muriqi, back to Manu Morlanes. Here's Maffeo into Muriqi, gets taken down. Vidal Muriqi. The referee doesn't award the foul. Despite that, Muriqi just getting taken down there. I'm not quite sure. The referee's not awarded that. So now Elche playing it down the left side. It's Santiago. He gives in to Bigas. Bigas playing it all the way back to Peña. Here's Afen Gruber playing out wide to Núñez. Núñez into Valera. Good build-up play from Elche, but it's well defended by Mojica. And Gianbirigili intercepting the ball, and he's driving forward. He takes himself down this left wing. Gianbirigili still in play. Elche end up clearing it, but Real Mallorca keep it, and it's very good. Very good play from Gianbirigili down that left wing. Here's Martin Valgent into Omar. Playing out wide to Gianbirigili. Martin Valgent. Antonio Raillo. Martin Valgent back to Raillo. So here's Mojica down the left wing. He tries putting in the far cross, and it almost skips past. It almost falls to Muriqi. But luckily for Elche, Peña picks it up first. There's the play again from Gianbirigili. He does so well. And what a match he is having. What a match Real Mallorca were having. But now it's starting to look like Elche could take over. There's still 10 minutes left to go before the end of the first half. So now Elche in possession in Real Mallorca's half of the pitch. They take it all the way back to Peña. And poorly given it away to Mateo Joseph. What chance that was there for Real Mallorca, and Mateo Joseph just can't keep his balance. And gives away a very big chance. And this Real Mallorca side has been given so many chances in the first half. They just can't seem to get him right every time. Now Elche playing out wide to Valera. Trying to play a through ball. It's well defended. It's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca. There's the chance again from Mateo Joseph. He just takes a poor first touch. And it should have been a goal there for Real Mallorca again. So now here's Martin Valgent playing into Raillo. Raillo playing it down to Mojica. He's going to drive forward. He tries to cut in. But ends up going out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Mojica. Playing it in to Gianbirigili. He just can't keep hold of it. Elche end up clearing it. Raillo playing it back to Leo Roman. Here's Sergi Derder trying to play a through ball into Mateo Joseph, but it goes all the way to Peña. Now Elche in possession. Here's Valera into Núñez. He's going to give it back to Affengruber. Here's Victor Just. Santiago. And Victor Just in possession of the ball, not rushing it, plays it back to Peña. And I just think maybe Elche want to end this first half 0-0, as they don't seem to be driving forward with too much energy. And Real Mallorca eager to take control back of the match after conceding that first goal. So now Santiago trying to play it forward. Real Mallorca keep the rebound. It's Moriki, plays into Derder. He tries to play it into Virgili. The deflection ends up going back to Peña. And Elche go forward again. It's Núñez. Again, they're just not rushing it at all, Elche. They just hold it at the back. Not too eager to completely go forward, but I think they more rather want to take control of the ball and just slow the game down, as it's not been the first half that they've wanted. Trying to play in the through balls. Mojica defending it. He does well, Mojica, in the end. Kicks it up forward into Virgili. Back to Manu Morlanes. Playing out wide to Martin Valgent, and Real Mallorca can break forward now. Martin Valgent does well to skip past his man. Gives it back to Valgent, and he's just going to take it himself. He plays out wide to Maffeo. Maffeo trying to put it to cross in, not enough height on it. So now here's Mojica. He's going to try putting in. It's cleared! And it fell to Sergi Derder, the rebound, but he just couldn't get it on target. And Real Mallorca try taking the throw in quickly. It doesn't quite work out for them. Now it's going to be a throw in for Elche. And of course, Elche are yet to create a big chance or yet to get a shot on target. But even so, it's still 1-1 in this matchup. And again, if it wasn't for the own goal from Pablo Maffeo, then Real Mallorca, I reckon, would be 2-0 up by now, as they were just so sharp. Before conceding that first goal, they looked so good. They created 2 or 3 big chances where they could have scored, but they just couldn't get their shots, put them in the back of the net. They had the chance by Vedan Muriqi one-on-one with the goalkeeper, and then you had the Jan Virgili post. And Neto, he just commits the foul there on Manu Morlanes as he hits him with his hand. So now, Real Mallorca with the set piece play. The question is, can they make anything from it? Johan Mojica putting in the cross into Muriqi, who gets the shot off. And it's a poor shot by Vedan Muriqi. I believe it was offside either way. But the referee lets the play continue. So now it's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. What chance that was there. He just can't get the connection he would like to, Muriqi. So now clearing up forward, playing it, trying to play it through into Muriqi, but Elche do well to clear it. Here's Leo Roman, who's yet to be tested out here tonight. Antonio Rio driving forward. He gives it to Giambridgili, who gets a lovely first touch to drive forward. He tries giving it to Matteo Joseph. They just can't understand each other there. The first touch there from Giambridgili was brilliant to skip past Nunes. And now Elche in possession with just 1 minute left to go, plus whatever is added on of extra time. And to say the least, a very good but also a very disappointing first half for Real Mallorca. So now Elche trying to put in the cross. It's cleared by Martin Valgent, and the shot is blocked by Pablo Maffeo. Elche do keep the rebound, they do keep the possession, and they can drive forward. Rafa Mir tries taking the long shot off, it just goes wide, and nothing comes from that. There's going to be 2 minutes added on of extra time. And by the looks of it, Valera, he just, as he got taken down there by Giambridgili, he just fell very badly. There's the chance there again from Vidal Muriqi, and I mean, it is a good save, but he needs to be putting it wider, he needs to be putting in a better shot than that. So now Leo Roman taking the goal kick. Muriqi heading on forward, it falls to Giambridgili. It was a foul either way for Elche. Not foul, it was actually handball. So now Elche are going to take the free kick. And they play it short. Down this right hand side, here come Elche. It's Valera, he does well. And Real Mallorca end up giving away a corner kick. The first corner in the whole match. And it's awarded now in the 46th minute. He did well, Valera, to skip past Johan Mojica. So now, Elche taking the corner kick, they play it short, putting in the cross into that second post. They do keep the rebound, trying to put in the cross again, but it goes out of bounds, and it's going to be a goal kick, but instead, by the looks of it, the referee's going to blow for the halftime whistle now. As we have hit the 47th minute, and he does so. So that is the end of the first half in this matchup. And to say the least, and I mean, it's a very good and also a very disappointing first half. Elche yet to have a shot on target. They've been really poor offensively and defensively, Elche. And I mean, I can't believe that Real Mallorca aren't leading about 2 or 3-0 out here today. As in that first half, and I mean, the start to the match is brilliant. Scoring in the first 5 minutes, it's a brilliant goal, brilliant assist from Giambridgili, and a lovely goal from Manu Morlanes. And then they're creating chances after chances, and I mean very clear chances. A post from Gianbiri Gili, and then the one-on-one for Vidal Muriqi against the goalkeeper. They're just destroying them. And out of nowhere, Elche put in the cross, and Pablo Maffeo just kicks it in the back of his own net. And I mean, the own goal, it's very, very poor from Pablo Maffeo to give away the own goal like that. And he could potentially be giving away the whole match, as, ever since they conceded that goal, Elche, the energy's just shifted, and now Elche are sort of back in the match. And I mean, Real Mallorca are still looking like the better side, but nowhere near as good as before they conceded that goal. So again, it's really good, but also a really bad and disappointing first half from Real Mallorca. So there's a lot of positives, and then there's just that one big negative. And I just think going into the second half, it's really not going to be easy for Real Mallorca to get back into that, energy that they were in before they conceded the goal. Excuse me, everybody. But again, I just think it's going to be really hard for Real Mallorca to go back into the energy before they conceded that first goal in the second half. But if they can do that, if they can get back into that zone that they were, then they'll definitely take the lead out here today. But, they've sort of given Elche a lifeline. They've given them motivation, and now Elche also stand a big chance of getting back into this. So again, we'll see what the second half holds for us. We're going to go on a quick little break, and we'll be back very shortly for the second half. So do not go anywhere, as anything could happen in the second half. I'll see you very, very shortly. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, after that quick second half break. And to say the least, we have a very exciting and important second half coming up here at the Sanma Stadium. And we're right on the way. And to say the least, if you did miss the first half, a very good, very good first half for Real Mallorca, but also a very disappointing one, as Real Mallorca scored the first goal within the first 5 minutes of the match. They created so many big chances. So many chances to score. Vidil even hit the post. Vidal Muriqi had a 1v1. Real Mallorca were looking like the better side by far. And then, out of nowhere, they gave away an own goal. And ever since that own goal, Real Mallorca dropped the intensity a little bit. But even so, they still looks like the better side. And now in the second half, Real Mallorca just have to get back into that energy that they had in that first half. So again, a super important second half for Real Mallorca to make up for the big mistake that they made. And it just looks like Real Mallorca really could have been 2-0, 3-0 up in that first half ever since they gave away the own goal. So again, they've got some mistakes to make up for now. So now here Elche come in possession. It's Valera. He plays it back to Núñez. And Elche holding the possession in Real Mallorca's half of the pitch. And I will say, in that whole of that first half, Elche, they just really didn't create any danger at all. They're yet to have a shot on target. And I mean, the only reason they really got back into it was because Real Mallorca gave away that own goal. Because if not, I think Real Mallorca would have been 2 or 3-0 up by now. So now it's going to be a goal kick for Real Mallorca, and Leo Roman passes it short into Antonio Raillo. Here's Vidil, lovely little flick by him into Mojica. Here's Muriqi, he gets taken down. Good build-up play there from Real Mallorca, and I will say how spectacular Vidil has been in that first half. It's been absolutely brilliant. And he's just created so much danger. And the offensive side for Real Mallorca has really been good in this first half. Now here comes Mojica. Playing a through ball into Vidil there. And by the looks of it, Jacob Arrasate and the Elche manager not happy with each other. Arguing away, both of these sides. Not happy with the decision from the referee, but either way, the free kick was awarded. So now Sergi Darder and Mojica both stepping up to take the set piece play, and it's Darder who ends up putting it in. Looking for Muriqi, Peña clears it. Here's Maffeo, he's going to play it out wide. Down this right hand side into Valgent. It goes back to Omar. Here's Mojica. He's going to attempt the long shot from quite a courageous effort. A bit of a waste of an opportunity there for Real Mallorca, attempting the long shot from all the way, from that far out. So now it's going to be a goal kick for Elche. And here's Peña playing it short. Elche trying to take up forward. Santiago misplacing his pass. He gives it to Real Mallorca. Here come Real Mallorca playing out wide to Muriqi. Muriqi gives it to Mateo Joseph. Back to Muriqi. Here's a chance for Real Mallorca. What a chance that was there for Vidil Muriqi. And what a save it was by Peña. And what a pass it was. Lovely little pass from Mateo Joseph into Muriqi. And he just has to be scoring that. Muriqi's had 2 or 3 chances now, but Peña is performing some brilliant saves. But for that Muriqi, he has to be scoring that one. Mojica looking to play it through into Vidil. It goes out, and it's going to be a goal kick for Elche. Let's take a look at the replay here. The chance from Muriqi. By the looks of it, it was actually blocked by an Elche player. It wasn't a save by Peña. And he just has to be making the most of those via Muriqi as they won't have many more chances, Real Mallorca, before Elche really start to get into this match. Good ball from Mojica into Sergi Darder, but the touch is poor from Sergi. So now Elche trying to kick the ball up forward. It goes out. It's going to be a goal kick for Elche. So 16,199 people attending the San Marcos Stadium out here today. Definitely not the busiest of matches that we've seen. So now Elche taking the goal kick. It falls right to Manu Morlanes into Sergi Darder. Here's Muriqi. Muriqi trying to take the shot off. And it is on target. Good shot by Muriqi. But Peña does produce the save. It goes right at him. It goes out. It's going to be a corner kick. Very good shot there from Vidil Muriqi. So now, Real Mallorca with their first corner of the match, actually. So now putting in the cross into that second post. Rayo, Muriqi. And it's cleared by Elche. Pablo Maffeo kicks it back up, looking for someone. Elche clearing it again. Maffeo also clearing it. And the ball's just bouncing all over the place. Elche managed to bring it down. It's a good touch. And now Neto driving forward. He plays it into Santiago. He tries to give a pass, but it doesn't quite work out for him. And now doing well here at Real Mallorca, and they could break on the counter-attack. Playing down the left wing, here's Vidil. Vidil with room, he tries curling it in. And he just can't make the shot work out there, Vidil. And Real Mallorca getting chance after chance now in the second half. They have to start making the most of their chances. So now Peña to take the goal kick. And Peña taking the goal kick. Rayo clears it. But Elche managed to bring it down. They're going to tack down this left-hand side. It's Santiago. He plays it back. Here's Bigas. Back to Bigas again. Elche again just holding it, not rushing it forward. They're going to take it back. Here's Just. He plays it into Bigas. Looking for a way through down this left-hand side. It ends up going right into the hands of Leo Roman. The cross just wasn't good enough from Bigas. So now Leo Roman gives it into Raillo. Raillo back to Leo Roman. Leo Roman into Raillo. Back to Leo Roman. Here comes Martin Valgent. Here's Vedat Muriqi into Manu Morlanes. Out wide to Sergi Darder. Here's Mojica. Playing a through ball into Sergi. And Elche do well to defend it. Trying to keep it in play. And Johan Mojica ends up committing the foul. So it's going to be a free kick for Elche. You can see what he thinks about that decision. The referee says otherwise. So now taking the goal kick was Peña. Elche do manage to bring it down. Trying to keep hold of it. It's Valera who's driving forward, and he does well to skip past this man. He's going to play it down into Bigas. Back to Valera. They end up playing it down the left wing to Santiago, but he gives it back to Bigas. Elche just looking for a way forward. Here's Peña. Back to Afengruer. And they do keep hold of the ball, Elche, in Real Mallorca's half of the pitch, but they really, really struggle to find a way forward and create danger up front. And it's something that they've been struggling with all match, really. Trying to drive forward. Sergi Darder does well to get the ball back. Here's Gianbirigili to his left. He gives it to him. Here's Gianbirigili. He tries to give in to Muriqi, and he just can't make it work. It's a poor pass from Gianbirigili looking for Muriqi, and he's just not quite been there in the second half, Gianbirigili. So now here's Elche on the edge of the box. Playing out to Valera. Valera. What can he make from this? He ends up playing it back. And as I mentioned, Elche, even when they have the ball in the edge of the box, they just take it back every time. They really struggle to find a way forward. But again, they're not doing bad at all in the LaLiga division, sitting at 9th place at the minute with 19 points. Whatever they are doing, it doesn't seem to be working too bad for them. Now trying to play it into Rafa Mir, but Antonio Raillo defending well. Here's Muriqi, back to Raillo. Raillo into Maffeo. He's going to play it back to Martin Valgent. Manu Morlanes. Mojica. Into Jan Virgili. Back to Mojica. Back to Leo Roman. And we've just hit the 60th minute marker, so 30 minutes left to go before the full-time whistle. And so far, Real Mallorca again looking like the better side in the second half, just like in the first half. Taking it quickly, giving it to Moriki, Jan Virgili. And they're going to switch it, battle exit to the right-hand side. Manu Morlanes into Sergi Derder. He's going to give it back. They're going to restart the play. Here's Martin Valgent. Omar Mascarey. Martin Valgent again. Here's Raillo. He gives a lovely through ball into Jan Virgili. Here's Jan Virgili with a chance. He's looking for Moriki there. Jan Virgili. What chance that was there for Real Mallorca. It was a very good pass from Jan Virgili, but Elche did well to defend it. Now here's Derder. He tries putting in the cross. He finds Moriki. He gets a touch. Trying to take the shot off. It's blocked. Jan Virgili goes up. He gets his head on it. It's Sergi Derder. Mojica trying to give it back to Sergi Derder there. Mojica. He ends up getting the ball back. Mojica trying to put in the cross, and it ends up going out for a goal kick. What chance that was there. And Real Mallorca again with another big chance, but they just can't make anything from it. But if the match continues this way, if they can keep up the good offensive play, surely they're bound to take the lead, Real Mallorca. But they need to stay focused, as we've seen this happen before time and time again. Here's Mojica. He does well to get the ball back. He just loses his focus there. Mojica, he loses it. Now Elche can drive forward. Here's Santiago trying to get the shot off. The deflection luckily goes into the hands of Leo Roman. He takes it quickly into Raillo. And Real Mallorca driving forward. Here's Manu Morlanes. Playing out wide to Jan Virgili. He tries putting in the cross. It's cleared by Elche. So now Sergi Derder. He tries putting in the cross, looking for Raillo. It's cleared again. Real Mallorca trying to get the ball back. They end up getting it. Here's Moriki on the edge of the box. He plays out wide to Jan Virgili. He does well to keep the ball. He gives it back to Mojica. Mojica just looking for Sergi Derder. Trying to clear it, but the rebound falls back to Real Mallorca. Here's Manu Morlanes out wide to Mojica. Into Jan Virgili. Sergi Derder. Real Mallorca just patiently looking for a way through. Now that there's 25 minutes left to go. Sergi Derder playing through ball into Maffeo. Maffeo, he's going to put in the cross. Manu Morlanes heads on forward. They can't make anything from that, Real Mallorca. Both of these teams just fighting for the ball. Real Mallorca claiming for a handball, and it is going to be awarded. There's Samu Costa in the stands watching his team play along, as he was suspended last time out for picking up a total of 5 yellow cards. And by the looks of it, Elche are going to be making 2 substitutions here. So Santiago is going to be coming off for Elche. But not just him, as they are going to make another one. So Santiago coming off, and Nunez also coming off for Elche. Replacing Santiago will be John. And then replacing Nunez is going to be Alvaro. So 2 substitutions made there for Elche. Now Sergi Darder putting in the set piece play. Foster Muriqi! Again, another big chance for Real Mallorca. Another big chance for Muriqi. But they just can't make the most from it. He just heads the ball into the ground. And Real Mallorca with another big chance that they just can't make the most of. So now Elche playing it down into John, who just can't keep his touch controlled. He ends up giving away a throw-in. Here's Mojica giving it into Muriqi. Elche end up getting the ball back. Here's John giving it into Valera. Good chance here for Elche. And Rafa Mir just trying to make something from that, but he ends up losing it. Now here's Maffeo. He gives into Omar Mascarell to Sergi Darder. He's going to turn around and play it into Omar Mascarell. Omar Mascarell driving forward. Good ball into Gianbirigili. Gianbirigili playing it to Darder. Darder into Maffeo. Here's Sergi Darder into Rayo. Omar back to Rayo. Rayo back to Omar. Omar trying to play it forward. It goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. They take it quickly, playing it into Gianbirigili. It's going to be another throw-in for Real Mallorca. Here's Mojica trying to give it to Gianbirigili. They can't make anything from that. Elche clearing it. Valgent playing it into Rayo. Rayo into Martin Valgent. Here's Sergi Darder driving forward. Playing it into Maffeo, who puts in the cross, but there's just no one there. The rebound falls to Manu Morlanes. He tries giving a good through ball into Gianbirigili, but John cuts out the pass. Good effort from Manu Morlanes there. So now, here come Elche, holding the possession. It's Valera. Here's Bigas playing it back, and Sergi Darder ends up committing the foul. Elche almost losing it there. And by the looks of it, Manu Morlanes is on the ground here. He's just sat down. By the looks of it, looks like he could be hurting. And by the looks of it, he'll be coming off very soon. And Antonio Sanchez is going to come on to replace him. But there's also going to be another substitute made for Real Mallorca, as Takuma Sano, by the looks of it, is also going to be coming on. So 2 substitutions to be made for Real Mallorca. Antonio Sanchez comes on to replace Manu Morlanes. And then Mateo Joseph coming off also to be replaced by Takuma Sano. So those are the 2 substitutions made for Real Mallorca. And he's had a decent match, Mateo Joseph. He doesn't exactly stand out, but he does his job very well in his position. And Takuma Sano coming on to replace him with 20 minutes left to go. We've not quite seen much from Takuma Sano this season. Hopefully we can see a bit more from Takuma Sano. So now Elche in possession. Playing it all the way back to Peña. Peña playing it short into Afengruber. Back to Peña. Afengruber again. Playing it back to Peña. Muriqi putting on a bit of pressure. Peña into Afengruber again. Deciding to play it forward. He's got Mojica behind him. It ends up going out, and it's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. So now Johan Mojica to take the throw-in. He gives it to Sergi Darder. Sergi Darder gets taken down. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. So now Real Mallorca with the free kick, and just about 17 minutes left to go here now, and you would have hoped for 3 points for Real Mallorca in this matchup, the way it's been going. But still, at the minute here at the Sunmar Stadium, it's 0-0, and at the minute, there's going to be a point each for both of these teams. Again, there's still 17 minutes left, so we'll see. Here's Rafa Mir driving forward up against Martin Valgent. And trying to take the shot from outside of the box. Poor effort there. Just not enough on that shot, and it goes out. It's going to be a goal kick. He's just been very quiet, Rafa Mir, in this matchup. Scoring 2 goals last week out for him. He's got 6 goals this season. He has been a very good player for Elche, but just in this particular matchup, he's been very quiet. So now here's Sergi Darder trying to play it forward. John. Here's Rafa Mir. He goes down. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Elche taking it quickly. And playing a lovely through ball there to Valera down the right hand side. He's up against Mojica. And Mojica ends up committing the foul on Valera. And now with 15 minutes left to go, it's going to be a free kick for Elche. So now Elche potentially with a chance. With 15 minutes left to go here now, they've had a very, very quiet match. But now with a set piece play, potentially the chance to take the lead. Putting in the cross. It goes up, but nothing comes from it. They do keep the rebound, but Giambirigili does well to get there first. Antonio Sanchez chasing it. Elche keep it. And turning around, Valera trying to take the shot off. It's blocked by Omar Mascaré. And Maffeo clears it. Trying to head it on forward. Muriqui gets taken down. And it's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. As Muriqui just got taken down there. He just pushes him there, John. And by the looks of it, Elche are going to be making another substitute. Here's Sergi Darder. Playing out wide to Martin Valgent. Here's Takuma, back to Valgent. Maffeo looking for Takuma there. And he does find him in the end, but it goes out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And now Elche are going to be making another substitute here in this match. Their third substitute of the match. And Neto is going to be coming off for Elche. And coming on to replace him is going to be the number 30, Mendoza. So now just about 12 minutes left to go. And anything could happen in this matchup here now with only 12 minutes left. So now here's Alvaro trying to drive forward. He claims he got fouled, but the referee lets the play continue. So now Real Mallorca can break through. Good touch from Takuma. He gives it back to Maffeo. Maffeo looking for a way through. He gives a lovely ball to Takuma. He tries putting in the cross into Muriqui. But either way, I think it was offside, so it's not going to count. And it was offside in the end, the pass into Takuma Sano. So now Elche taking the free kick, and they end up committing the foul on Alvaro. It's Martin Valgent. And now Elche driving forward, playing it into Alvaro. Ramaka get the ball back. It's Antonio Sanchez. And a good tackle from Aguado to stop Antonio Sanchez. It is going to be a throw-in in the end. So now Martin Valgent into Maffeo. And now we've just hit the 80th minute marker. So 10 minutes left to go. Real Mallorca 1, Elche 1. Question is, can one of these teams take the lead before the full-time whistle? Here's Antonio Raillo playing it into Gianvirgili on the left wing. It's Gianvirgili. Raillo back to Mojica. Mojica plays all the way back to Leo Roman. You can just see Valera there telling his team to push forward. And now playing the long ball, looking for Maffeo. It's very good defending by Rafa Mir. Antonio Sanchez into Maffeo, back to Antonio Sanchez. He plays out wide to Raillo. Here's Darder into Mojica. Mojica into Gianvirgili. He tries playing it into Omar Mascarell. He ends up losing it. Now Omar Mascarell commits the foul on Rafa Mir and he picks up a yellow card. Omar Mascarell. Just trying to drive forward there on the counter-attack. Mendoza. As he got taken down by Omar Mascarell, so he picks up the yellow card. And now Elche in possession with just 8 minutes left to go. Peña. He tries to play it forward, and Omar Mascarell gets the ball back. He attempts the chip. Omar Mascarell! It goes over the goalkeeper, and it's gone into the back of the net. And with 8 minutes left to go, Real Mallorca have taken the lead here at the San Marc Stadium. And what a mistake from Peña. And what a goal by Omar Mascarell, chipping it over the goalkeeper from quite some distance. What a goal from Real Mallorca in the last 8 minutes of the match. And finally they've managed to take the lead that they've so desperately been searching for in this second half. And I will say, it's a lead that is deserved. Omar Mascarell does well to intercept the pass. And all the way from there, he chips it over the goalkeeper. Hits it so well, Omar Mascarell. The chip is perfect. Absolutely perfect from him. He intercepts the ball. He gets it back and then he attempts the chip. He sees Peña off his line. And it's a big mistake by Peña, giving away the pass. And it goes into the back of the net. Now Real Mallorca lead 2-1 here at the San Marc Stadium. And there's just about 6 minutes left here now. And Real Mallorca lead 2-1. And I mean, they really did deserve to take the lead eventually. Real Mallorca, for me, they've been the better side in the first half and in the second half. And thankfully, they have managed to take the lead, but there's still 6 minutes left to go. So, the match isn't over. They still have to keep on going. Taco Massano, he gets taken down there. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Not quite sure if he got the ball over the player there. And by the looks of it, Real Mallorca have been making 2 substitutes in this matchup. With only 5 minutes left, they're making 2 substitutes. And Mateo Jauma's going to be coming on, and not just him. Beside him is Pablo Torre also coming on. And I will say, Pablo Torre, within the last 5 matches, I think he's been subbed on in about the 88th minute every time. He's coming on the 85th now. You've got to feel bad for him. So now Gian Virgili and Sergi Derder both coming off, and Matteo Jaume and Pablo Torre both coming on to replace them. With just 5 minutes left to go. What a match it was from those two players, Gian Virgili and Sergi Derder. But again, there's still 5 minutes left to go here, plus extra time. So now Elche trying to drive forward, and Takuma Sano gets the ball back. He gets taken down. It's going to be another free kick for Real Mallorca. And with 4 minutes left to go here now, Elche are also going to be making 2 substitutes. Rafa Mir comes off, and not just Rafa Mir, Afan Gruber also comes off. Da Silva comes on to replace Rafa Mir. He's got 4 goals this season. And Josan comes on to replace Afan Gruber. And Rafa Mir coming on now quite late, with only 4 minutes left to go. And the ball falls to Elche. What a chance that was there. Elche claiming for a penalty. The referee stops the play, and he could be checking that could be a penalty there from Matteo Jaume. I'm not quite sure. But in the end, the referee doesn't check it. VAR says no. So it's going to be a goal kick. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. And now just 2 minutes and a half left. Plus extra time, of course. Antonio Sanchez trying to play the ball, but they kick it out of bounds. It's going to be a throw-in for Real Mallorca. Matteo Jaume clearing it. It falls to Muriqi. He tries playing a through ball. He ends up losing it. Pablo Torre challenging Omar Mascarell. Look at the pace on him. Flying through. He puts in a lovely ball into Muriqi. What a header! And it goes into the back of the net. What a header from that Muriqi. And what a ball from Omar Mascarell. What a goal that is there from Real Mallorca to take the lead 3-1. And Real Mallorca sealing off those 3 points here at the San Marc Stadium. What a header from Muriqi into that top right corner. And the play from Omar Mascarell is absolutely ridiculous. He gets the ball back. He takes it on a full run all by himself. He skips past everyone. And the cross from Omar Mascarell. What a ridiculous cross. He gets it back here. Skips past his man. Look at the ball. Absolutely perfect. And the header from Muriqi. From quite some distance as well. Slots it into that top right corner. But what a play that is there from Omar Mascarell. I mean, it's absolutely brilliant. What a match he's had. And the header from just about the penalty spot. Look at the header. The curl on it just goes flying into that top right corner. There's no saving that. And again, the play from Omar Mascarell. He gets the ball back again. He just intercepts the pass just like his first goal. He takes it on his own run. He whips it in from quite some distance. What goal that is there for Real Mallorca. And now Vidal Muriqi comes off and Abdon Prats comes on to replace him. And now that's 9 goals for Vidal Muriqi this season. And a flying header from Vidal Muriqi. What a player he's been for Real Mallorca. 9 goals this season. And now Real Mallorca get the ball back. It's Pablo Torre. He can drive forward. He's got Takuma on his left. He gives it to Takuma. Here's Takuma. Puts in the pass. And the ball is not gone into the back of the net as it's saved by Peña. And what a miss that is there from Abdon Prats. Takuma Sano, instead of taking the shot, he gives the ball into Abdon, and Abdon just slips as he tries to take the shot off. And Real Mallorca could have easily made it 4-1 there. But either way, I don't think it matters much, as there's only 3 minutes left to go, and Real Mallorca are leading 3-1 here at the San Marcos Stadium. And what a match Real Mallorca have had. What a display out here today. And it's by far been, I think, the best match I've seen of the whole season. And I mean, it's been brilliant out here today. A victory that was much, much needed for this Real Mallorca side against, some would argue, quite a tough opponent. Here's Takuma. It does well to keep the ball. Plays it back to Mojica. Mojica keeping hold of it. Gets taken down here. It's going to be a free kick for Real Mallorca. Just commits the foul there, Da Silva. There's the chance again there, and I mean, Abdon Prats, he can't be missing that. As you can see there, it doesn't fully cross the line. It's a big miss from Abdon, but luckily for Real Mallorca, they're already leading 3-1. And you can see Vidal Muriqi and Manu Morlanes celebrating there on the bench. Both of them goal scorers of today along the side of Omar Mascarell, who you could argue scored the most important one to take the lead 2-1. It's been a brilliant display from this side out here today, and now just 1 minute left to go. Mateo Jamic just committing the foul there on Valera. Mojica clearing it. Takuma Sano ends up committing the foul on John, and he picks up a yellow card. And he made it quite clear that it wasn't intentional. Quite surprised he picks up a booking there. But either way, it's going to be a yellow card for Takuma Sano and a free kick for Elche. Now Mendoza putting in the cross. They do get a head on it, but it goes out of bounds. And we've hit the 94th minute. And the referee blows for the full-time whistle. And that is the end of this matchup out here today. What a match we've had on our hands out there today, ladies and gentlemen, here at the San Marcos Stadium. Real Mallorca win it 3-1. And what a match it's been. It's been quite a roller coaster of emotions. You can see everyone going to hug Omar Mascarell. I mean, I'm not surprised. The performance that man put in that second half, pretty much winning the second half for Real Mallorca, is absolutely brilliant. And you can see Mojica having a word with Abdon there, probably telling him, You can't be missing that. And again, what a match out here today for Real Mallorca. It's been absolutely spectacular here at the San Mas Stadium. Those 3 points, much needed for Real Mallorca. And again, against a very complicated side, Real Mallorca have managed to put in a good match. You can see some signs out there asking for Dani Rodriguez. Some of those fans asking for him to come back. You can see a sign there that says Dani pa cuando, just meaning when is Dani Rodriguez going to come back. But we're not here to talk about that at the moment. We're here to talk about this matchup out here today from Real Mallorca. And I mean, the performance that they put in today out there today was absolutely spectacular, I will say. And we're going to analyze it. We're going to talk about the whole match out there today now. But first of all, I just got to say, Omar Mascarell, I mean, what second half, what player. It's been absolutely brilliant, the performance he put out there today. And before we go ahead and talk about that matchup, let's look at what those 3 points does for Real Mallorca out there today and what it does for Elche. Very important 3 points out there today for Real Mallorca, as it takes them from 18th place all the way up to 14th place, crawling away from that relegation zone and putting them on 17 points. So a very important 3 points out there today for Real Mallorca, and just in front of them is Sevilla and Rayo Vallecano, also on 17 points. So again, that does put them quite high up, and for Elche, that still leaves them at 9th place with 19 points on the table, but they're still sitting at that 9th place. And now Real Mallorca, of course, only 2 points away from that 9th place and only 3 points away from 8th place. So again, a super important 3 points out there for Real Mallorca out there today. A brilliant performance. And let's just analyze that match. We're going to talk about a bit about how it went. I think in the first half, first 10 minutes, it was absolutely spectacular. Not first 10 minutes, first 20 minutes. Real Mallorca scored the first goal in the first 5 minutes. By the way, Vidil, that kid on the left wing is something else. And I mean, he's such an important player for Real Mallorca. He pretty much created all the danger out there today in the first half, constantly creating chances, and then he went himself and got himself an assist in the first half of the match. In the first 5 minutes, he takes a lovely run, gives a lovely ball into Manu Morlanes, who takes a very good touch and slots it into that first corner, curls it in. A really good shot, by the way, from Manu Morlanes. Also, that gives Vidil 5 assists this season, making him, I think 4th place for the most assists in the LaLiga division this season. So quite an impressive stat there for Vidil. I think it makes him 3rd place, actually. And I mean, he's just arrived at this club, and already he's got a high value on his name. He's only 19. He plays for the under-20 Spanish team, and what an impact he's having here at Real Mallorca. He's been a brilliant player. So again, first half has been brilliant from Real Mallorca. They were absolutely dominating. They created so many big chances. They hit the post. Muriqi had chances. But then, unfortunately, they gave away a super crucial, important own goal, which I just think gave Elche a bit of a lifeline. They started to look a bit better, but Real Mallorca were still the better side. Either way, end of that first half, it was good, but it was bad. It was 1-1. They should have been winning. They gave away that poor own goal. They gave Elche a chance. Going into the second half, Real Mallorca started to look a lot better again. They were dominating the match. Defensively, it was very good. Offensively, it was the best I think I've ever seen. And then, thank God for Omar Mascarell as he intercepted that ball. He saw the mistakes that Peña was making, and then he goes for the chip once he gets the ball back, all the way over the goalkeeper from the halfway line. It's a brilliant goal from Omar Mascarell. And then not only that, in the 89th minute, when they're already winning 2-1, Omar Mascarell goes ahead again. He intercepts the ball again, goes on his own run down the wing, puts in a spectacular cross from Muriqi, and then Muriqi, he's not going to miss the header. Also, a header quite from far out, slots it into that top right corner, and very, very beautiful goals out there today. Very good team performance. There was lots of positives out there today, but there also was, I think, those little negatives in that first half. That they gave away that really poor own goal. They dropped the intensity a little bit. They gave Elche a chance, but overall, it doesn't matter. They got those 3 points. They scored 3 beautiful goals. In my opinion, every single goal, a very good goal out there today. Again, a brilliant performance, offensively, defensively. Yeah, especially offensively. That's one of the best performances I've seen all season. So, again, super good performance out there today from Real Mallorca. 10 out of 10 for me. And looking at that Elche side, I expected this match to be a close one. I expected Elche to put up a really good fight because they've really been in decent form. They're sitting at 9th place, and they drew to Real Madrid 2-2. They drew to some important teams. They just come from a 3-0 win against Girona. I did expect a lot more of a fight from Elche, but they were just really, really poor, I think. In the first half, no danger created whatsoever, and in the second half, the same. Defensively, they were holding all. They did do all right defensively, but offensively, I'm pretty sure they didn't have a shot on target at all in the whole match. I didn't see Leo Roman make a single save. I'm certain of it. So again, it was just a really poor performance. Yeah, 0 shots on target and 0 big chances created for Elche, and for Real Mallorca, 8 shots on target with 7 big chances created. So again, a really dominant display from Real Mallorca. There was a point where Elche were holding a bit of the possession, but again, they just really, really struggled to create danger up front out there today. They didn't do anything. I really expected a bit more of a fight defensively and offensively from Elche, but they were constantly making mistakes at the back. They gave away the ball. The 2 last goals is because Omar Mascarell intercepted the pass, and especially the second goal, it's really bad from Benya, from the goalkeeper for Elche. And again, I just expected a bit of a better fight from Elche, and Real Mallorca, they put in their part. They did very, very well, and a brilliant performance and a super important 3 points. So a very good match out there today for Real Mallorca. If we're talking about who is my man of the match, and for me, there's no doubt in my mind. I don't think there should be any doubt anywhere. It has to be given to Omar Mascarell. I could even say they won the match because of him in the end in that second half. His first goal he scores to get the 2-1 in the 80th minute. It's a brilliant goal. Chips it over the goalkeeper. He sees him off his line from almost the halfway, almost in the middle of the pitch, at the halfway penalty. So again, it's a brilliant goal from Omar Mascarell. And then even in the 89, he gets the ball back. He whips in a perfect cross from Muriqi. Again, I think if it wasn't for Omar Mascarell out there today, Real Mallorca, most likely, maybe they wouldn't have got that winner, got the 2 winners within those late minutes of the match. So again, it has to go to Omar Mascarell. Of course, a brilliant team performance from everyone. Of course, you do have to unfortunately say the own goal from Pablo Maffeo, it really, really is pretty bad. He's got to be, he's just got to be clearing the ball. I'm not quite sure how he kicks it in the back of his net. It's not a dangerous chance. It's not difficult. I'm just not quite sure what he did. But overall, a good team performance from everyone. Of course, Leo Roman, he didn't get tested at all. His first match back, coming from being injured for about 2 to 3 months. We haven't seen much from him. I think some people maybe could have been worried that he's coming back from injury. He's not played a single minute, and he's starting today out there against Elche. Luckily for him, he didn't get tested at all. So again, good defensive performance really from everyone. Mateo Joseph, he did do his job well. He didn't do much in the match, but I think he did his part good. So again, can't complain. And for me, Manu Morlanes, Manu Masquerade, those two center defensive mids, that pretty much won the match for Real America out there today. And then Jambri Gili, Sergio Roder, Muriqi, as always, brilliant. Vedal Muriqi, that's 9 goals for him now this season. And I mean, how many goals is he racking up this season? Last season, his maximum record was 7. And this season, not even halfway through, he's already on 9. He's also ranked the 3rd maximum goal scorer in the whole of the La Liga division. And I mean, playing at a team like Real America, his opponents are players that play at Real Madrid and at Barcelona and maybe at Atletico de Madrid. But then you've got Vidal Muriqi, who plays at Real America, and I mean, what a season it's been for him. The Pirate, absolutely scoring goals, scoring so many in and out, week in, week out. He's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, very good team performance. I even think the substitutes were very good out there today for Real Mallorca. Antonio Sanchez and Takuma Asano. I've not been a fan of Takuma Asano recently this season. I think he's been lacking a lot of intensity when he comes on from the bench. But out there today, he did very good. He got the ball back loads of times. He got his team. He managed to get loads of fouls for Real America, and he gave the ball to Abdon Prats, who somehow managed to miss the 4th goal. I mean, the pass from Takuma into Abdon, it's a brilliant pass, and Abdon, I think he just slips and misses the ball. I'm not quite sure what happened to Abdon, but it should have been 4-1. But either way, it didn't matter because Real America were going to win the match. Either way, 3-1. And I think the substitutes were very good out there today. They came on, they brought the energy. But Abdon Prats shouldn't be missing that chance in the end. Yeah, that's about it, I've got to say. I do have to say, Pablo Torre coming on at the 86th minute, and I mean, he keeps on coming on in the match, and about the 80th minute, 88th minute, or a bit below or a bit above, I think Pablo Torre should be coming on earlier. I think he deserves the chance to play. I think at the start of the season, he was playing every match. He was very talented. He was very good. And I don't know. I just think Jacob Arrasate should be bringing him on a bit earlier. And I'd like to see more from him. And from our Elche side, their substitutions were all right. I'm quite surprised that Andres Silva came on the 87th minute, as he does have 4 goals this season. He is a player that's in form, but I don't know, maybe he's coming back from injury. Not quite sure why he came on so late. But not much from those substitutions, not much from Elche at all today. And yeah, poor overall performance. So that is going to be the end of this live stream for me here today. Again, what a performance out there today from Real Mallorca. What a result. 3 massive, important points for Real Mallorca to climb up the table all the way up to 14th place with 17 points, and a result that they absolutely needed to grow some confidence back. Again, best performance I've seen all season was there out there today. Brilliant team performance, and Elche, unfortunately, I can't say the same for them. Now, before I leave, make sure to follow us on our English Twitter page, as I do post daily content on there, updating constantly about the team week in, week out. Make sure to follow us on there for daily updates on the squad. Also, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube Play Red channel if you are new, or if you're not new. Either way, just make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you like and comment on this live stream, as it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to the team, and it means a lot to Vidal Muriqi, he told me himself. So again, thank you so much for tuning in to this live stream. I've been your host for today, Daniel Armstrong, and we'll see you next week very, very soon. Well, actually, we'll see you next Tuesday, because we have Copa del Rey. So have a good night, everybody, and I'll see you in a few days.
Pichichi enguany serà.
Està poc complicat ser Pichichi, però almenys del Mallorca sí que ho serà i se superarà de les anteriors temporades que ha estat amb el Mallorca. I com se mos presenta aquest partit de Copa del Rei? Vinga, sa mama.
Bueno, jo crec que volen revanxa a tope, perquè aquella nit de Sant Joan aquí pues, es van posar un poc complicat i, bueno, jo crec que volen guanyar-nos, així que hem d'anar amb tot, perquè si no serà un problema.
Totalment. Creus que lluitarem?
Sí.
Vinga, i ara un missatge, perquè avui ha estat el darrer partit abans de Nadal, aquí a Somos, un missatge així que els diríeu en els futbolistes, en els jugadors, perquè passin aquest Nadal.
Bon Nadal i passeu-ho bé amb les vostres famílies, no vos canseu molt, que el 4 de gener ja tornem contra el Girona i hem d'anar a guanyar ja.
Què li diria?
Pues, també bon Nadal, que ho passin molt bé i que venguin amb tot.
Molt bé, que recarreguin les piles i que mos veiem a Girona. Bé, aquí, però contra el Girona. I ja, perfecte, mos quedem amb aquest missatge per als jugadors.
Que descansin, desconnectin i sobretot que tornin en les files a tope per el proper partit després de Nadal, però abans d'arribar a tot això queden encara uns parell de partits, com els de dimarts contra el Depor. Creo que tenemos a Yago Barrasate con nuestro compañero Damián. No está. Miguelito, ¿está o no? Confírmame. Todavía no está. Vale. Dicho esto, Jovan, este es el camino a seguir. Creo que no hay más.
Sí.
Yo creo que hemos visto a un Mallorca diferente a la hora de presionar en la segunda parte. Cuando ha presionado, cuando ha recuperado en campo contrario, es lo que le tenemos que pedir a este equipo.
Sí, defendemos mucho mejor que hace 4 jornadas y esto nos trae a sumar los puntos. Hemos mejorado muchísimo defensivamente y hoy además de esto hemos tenido muchísimas ocasiones que normalmente en los partidos no, pero este partido sí, que hemos tenido 7 8 ocasiones de gol.
Sobre todo en la primera parte,
claras,
con el 1-0 en el marcador hubiéramos podido ponernos con la de Jean Virgili.
Si hubiéramos metido aquí el gol a cada partido con 5-0,
sí.
Pero luego te meten en el gol cuando menos esperabas y el partido va a otro lado. Y luego te regalan el partido.
Sí, no, y te voy a decir una cosa, la segunda parte ha sido del Mallorca, la segunda parte
sí,
del
dominando, y el único equipo que quería atacar, ganar es el Mallorca.
Vale, tenemos a Yagoba ya, compañeros. Vale, pues dale, Miguelito, vamos con Yagoba.
Sí, Llorens, pues ya estamos con otro protagonista, con el míster Yago Barrasate. Lo primero de todo, enhorabuena.
Muchas gracias.
Porque qué victoria más importante y también, visto lo visto, merecida.
Sí, se junta un poco todo, la necesidad que teníamos, el buen partido que hemos hecho y creo que ha sido todo redondo, ¿no? Porque creo que la alegría que tenemos ahora todos, pues bueno, da sentido un poco a lo que ha sido la semana, el momento actual y creo que esto nos va a venir muy bien.
¿Qué valoración haces del partido?
Que creo que hemos hecho el partido que nos interesaba. Es muy difícil robar al Elche. Con esa salida que hacen con portero, pues ellos te invitan a ir y a veces, pues bueno, el público quiere también que vayas, pero hay que interpretarlo bien y creo que hemos defendido muy bien. De hecho, creo que Leo no ha hecho ninguna parada y nos ha faltado acierto, ¿no? Para sobre todo ponernos 2-0. Y bueno, pues al final sí que hemos tenido ese acierto con ese segundo y tercero y creo que hemos hecho un partido muy inteligente y estoy contento por ello también.
Y se suma esa segunda línea, Manu Morlanes, Omar Mascarell en cifras goladoras, lo cual imagino que también es importante, ¿no?
Sí, necesitamos juntar gente para el gol, ya sea con asistencias, ya sea con la finalización y bueno, hoy han hecho en teoría el doble pivote, pues los dos han hecho gol y también me alegro por ellos porque se lo merecen.
¿Cómo valoras ese segundo gol de Omar Mascarell en un periodo de partido que quizá pasaban pocas cosas y sobre todo esa asistencia en el tercer gol a Murillo?
Sí, pues estaba el partido, pues bueno, parecía para el 1-1 porque ellos querían que saltásemos, pero estábamos un poco a expensas y en esa que han filtrado por dentro creo que ha hecho un buen robo Omar, ha visto el portero adelantado, un gran golpeo y luego seguido ha llegado ese gran centro y ese gran remate que ahí todos ya hemos explotado, ¿no?
Y ahora viene a Coruña, viene el Deportivo, después Valencia. Es importante, ¿no? Esta victoria para afrontar lo que viene.
Sí, al final esto nos tiene que dar ánimo, pero no nos tiene que desviar de nuestro camino, que tenemos un partido clave el martes porque no hay margen de error y queremos ilusionarnos con la Copa y para eso tenemos que pasar el martes y luego tenemos un partido importantísimo en Valencia. Tenemos que hacer un último esfuerzo esta última semana para irnos de vacaciones con buen sabor de boca.
Mister, gracias, enhorabuena.
Vale, hasta luego.
Ahí está la palabra de Yago Barrasate, que ahora las vamos a repasar, pero antes Yuk está con unos chavales, vamos a ver qué dicen.
parece esto? Si le pudierais enviar un mensaje, ¿qué le diríais? Que siga así, ¿no?
Sí, lo mismo que él, que siga así.
Pues que siga así, que siga metiendo goles y pues sí.
¿Y cómo van los ánimos para el partido de Copa del Rey de este martes? ¿Estáis nerviosos o cómo va?
Que hayamos llegado hasta ahí. Que sí, que suerte para el Mallorca que ganemos ese partido. Y pues,
Vale, tenemos que
Sí,
cortar.
¿crees que vamos a ganar?
Yo-
Sí, vamos a ganar.
Hay que, lo siento,
Y a
vamos a
ver,
cortar y vamos con Manu
¿quién
Morlanes,
meterá gol?
compañeros.
Morlanes, que tiene a su hijo aquí cerquita. Bueno, Manu, lo primero de todo, enhorabuena, porque imagino que al margen del gol del que ahora posteriormente te preguntaré, ha sido una victoria muy importante y merecida también del equipo.
Sí, muy feliz porque hemos vuelto a conseguir la victoria delante de nuestra gente, porque a nivel personal he podido ayudar con un gol, pero sobre todo de ver a la gente feliz, porque creo que bueno, es ese regalo, ¿no? Adelantado un poco a las navidades que podemos brindar a la afición, que estoy seguro que han pasado meses complicados, y hoy, bueno, es volver a ver esa unión y el ambiente que ha habido en el estadio y es volver a recuperar esa alegría, ¿no? Que creo que nos hacía falta.
Hablando de estadio, ya son 7 partidos consecutivos sin perder aquí. Después de esa derrota en la primera jornada ante todo el Fútbol Club Barcelona, imagino que esa es una de las líneas, ¿no?, a seguir, a hacerse sobre todo muy fuerte en casa. E imagino que también esta victoria hace bueno, ¿no?, los otros 2 empates ante Osasuna y Oviedo.
Sí, sabemos que todo pasa por casa, sabemos que es donde vamos, los resultados que saquemos aquí nos van a marcar el porvenir de la temporada, porque luego siempre, bueno, das alguna sorpresa, ¿no?, en algún campo complicado, pero sabemos que donde tenemos que hacernos fuertes y sacar los resultados es aquí somos.
Bueno, imagino que también es importante, obviamente a nivel individual ese gol, pero también a nivel colectivo que jugadores como tú de segunda línea, Omar Mascarell, de esa zona de medio campo, también aportan esas cifras goleadoras, ¿no?
Sí, sobre todo porque creo que tenemos una relación personal entre todos los que estamos ahí dentro, incluso con los que tenemos la competencia, pues una relación muy buena y al final yo me alegro por él se alegra por mí, ahora he llegado y Samu también pues estaba ahí esperándonos para darnos un abrazo y creo que eso habla muy bien de lo que somos como equipo, de que juegue quien juegue tratamos de dar el máximo y es importante, como tú dices, pues que haya jugadores que se sumen un poco a la faceta goleadora porque será bien para el equipo.
Manu, enhorabuena.
Gracias.
Ahí están las palabras de Manu Morlanes. Damián, no sé si nos escuchas. Creo que sí. No nos escucha Damián, ¿eh? Vale. Dicho esto, Jovan, la necesidad del equipo, lo decía Yagoba, necesidad de ganar. Creo que está Martín. Vamos a ver, compañeros.
Sí, a ver si va a estar el de otro día de IP3, ¿no? Joder, se me ha metido, me cago.
Estamos con Martín Mayen. Bueno, Martín, lo primero de todo, enhorabuena por muchas cosas. Lo primero, por la victoria, porque importante y también seguramente muy merecida, ¿no?, del equipo.
Creo que lo más importante es lo que nos alegra a todos, ¿no? El día, la noche de hoy. Y bueno, creo que merecida, creo que supimos jugar el partido que tocaba contra un rival muy bien trabajado, que tiene idea muy clara y que juega muy bien a fútbol. Creo que supimos esperar el momento, cuando presionar, cuando ir a robar y ser efectivos. Al final, cuando el rival como Elche, que está jugando muy bien este año, no te crea grandes ocasiones y tú sí que tienes muchas llegadas y ocasiones muy buenas, creo que significa que hemos hecho cosas con cabeza y bien.
Vaya minutos finales, ¿no? Ese segundo gol de Omar Mascarell, seguramente en una fase de partido donde estaban pasando pocas cosas y después esa posterior asistencia a Murici, esos minutos últimos de locura, ¿no?
Mira, Omar, o sea, quien lo conoce, nosotros que lo vemos cada día en el entrenamiento, lo disfrutas. Un chico excepcional, un jugador que tiene de todas las calidades. Hoy creo que ha demostrado también una asistencia increíble con la izquierda, un gol de 35-40 metros tras un robo. Es un jugador fantástico, clave para nosotros. Me alegro muchísimo y sobre todo me alegro por todo el equipo porque creo que una victoria que necesitábamos para la confianza, pero estamos muy conscientes que ya en 3 días hay otro partido muy importante y luego ya el viernes otro. Pues esto sigue y queremos acabar bien. Muy agradecido a la gente que ha venido, ha sido el último partido del año, si no me equivoco, en casa y creo que ha sido la mejor manera posible de despedir el año con ellos.
Martín, ya la última, imagino que por la victoria, por la semana que ha sido de tu cumpleaños y además ahora por
que ha pasado todo muy rápido, pero como lo he dicho muchas veces, me siento un privilegiado, muy agradecido de poder disputar todos estos partidos con mis compañeros, con todos los entrenadores que he podido tener y que sigue teniendo, con la nuestra afición, con toda la gente del club que porta al día a día. O sea, me siento un privilegiado poder estar ahí cada fin de semana y quiero seguir aportando lo máximo posible.
Martín, gracias, enhorabuena, leyenda.
Muchísimas gracias.
Ahí está Martín Ballén. Un hombre feliz, Joan, que el año pasado te superó como extranjero con más partidos. Y bueno, hoy ha superado a Núñez. El otro día lo igualó y hoy con
Y lo que
250.
le queda,
Y
¿eh?
lo que le queda es una leyenda. Yo se lo dejé.
Sí,
Estuvo con
sí, sí,
nosotros en
sí.
el podcast, que vamos a sacar el podcast de Endimoniat con Martín. Y es un chico humilde, bueno.
Sí, sí, sí,
Es
sí.
que increíble, ¿eh? Lo de Martín.
Sí, yo coincidí también el año pasado cuando me había superado de partidos.
¿Lo
Como el
conocías tú
tercer,
personalmente o no?
no, antes no, pero en este podcast,
Sí.
en esta entrevista lo conocí.
Sí, hicisteis una entrevista conjunta.
Y la verdad que es un chico humilde y se lo merece. Se
Sí,
lo
no.
merece
Todo lo bueno, ¿eh?
porque ha dado muchísimo. En los últimos 7 años ha dado muchísimo. Ni lesionado, ni se cuida, ni no tiene. Es que
Sí,
jugadorazo, es jugador completo, digamos.
es un hombre que se cuida muchísimo.
Sí,
Nosotros
sí.
el otro día estuvimos hablando porque después del podcast estuvimos hablando con él y es que se cuida
Sí, sí,
muchísimo
sí.
Martín. Y la verdad que no me imagino ya una defensa sin él. Es que Antonio,
Y Correillo.
Antonio
Bueno, él es más joven y a lo mejor le queda
le queda, tú lo ves, le quedan
muchos años, porque hace
30
un
años
par de.
cumplió el jueves, ¿eh?
Bah, no le queda,
Imagínate,
le
Joan,
queda.
si ahora tú volvieras a tener 30 años, ¿qué harías?
Bueno, yo con 31 fiché por Marsella.
Por eso digo,
Imagínate, en aquella época que era imposible que con esta edad, 31,
fichar por
32
un
años,
equipo.
fichar a un equipo grande y bueno, lo que le queda. La verdad que le queda unos 5 o 6 años buenos de fútbol y lo importante, lo que hemos dicho, que se cuida porque si quiere alargar su carrera tiene que cuidarse.
Y además que ahora también el fútbol, lo estuvimos comentando también con Martín, el fútbol ahora, incluso jugadores mucho más veteranos los estamos viendo de
Mira,
titulares, como puede ser, por ejemplo, yo le dije, Lewandowski en el Barcelona siendo titular y con la edad que tiene, el Pichu Cuellar el otro día también
no, y
superando el
mira a
récord.
Ronaldo, mira a Messi,
Exacto,
siguen
¿no?
jugando con 40 años. Nosotros, no sé, en nuestra época casi todos los jugadores con
Sí,
35 años, con 35 años nos
retirado.
retirábamos. Y, y ahora, por ejemplo, bueno, ha cambiado alimentación, se cuidan,
Hay más
hay
patrones
más
que se
la
pueden tener.
manera de entrenar, porque nuestros entrenamientos eran durísimos, largos, corrías kilómetros, ahora es diferente y se alargó mucho digamos, las carreras. Mira, Ronaldo está en un estado espectacular, sin una lesión,
Sí,
últimos 3 4 años. Messi ni te hablo, sí, son ligas
inferiores.
inferiores, pero no es fácil, no es fácil, ni una liga no es fácil.
Jovan, próximo partido, que no va a ser fácil, el Deportivo de La Coruña, Copa del Rey. Yo creo que ahora ya nos podemos meter de lleno en Copa del Rey. ¿Cómo ves ese partido? Partido muy complicado, difícil, que es uno de los huesos duros de roer de la Copa del Rey.
Sí, bueno, ya estamos en un momento donde no son segunda, no te tocan equipos de segunda ref o tercera. Ya hablamos de un rival muy serio y además Deportivo este año va muy bien,
Muy
muy
bien,
bien,
muy
me
bien.
parece que van
Segundo,
segundo. Ahora, si me preguntas si tenemos que sacar el equipo como el último partido de Copa, yo creo que tenemos que reforzarnos un poco con los jugadores que son normalmente titulares, porque vamos a tener un partido muy, muy complicado.
claro, es que se junta que tienes el martes un partido complicadísimo ante el Deportivo de La Coruña y luego el viernes tienes un partido complicadísimo
También no tienes
ante el
tiempo para
Valencia.
recuperar, también
Eso
un
es.
poco,
Es
es
en
un
plan, tienes que
poco.
gestionar.
Sí, hay que gestionar de otra manera, pero como he dicho, ahora ha dicho Yagoba que él no quiere tirar la copa, que están muy ilusionados con Copa. Si pasamos a esta eliminatoria, que es muy complicada, podemos soñar.
¿Tú lo ves que si eliminamos al Depor ahí se puede
Sí, sí,
soñar?
¿por qué no? ¿Por qué no? Luego a lo mejor te toca un Madrid, Barcelona, que también vamos a
Sí.
disfrutar de estos partidos, pero te digo, Copa siempre ilusiona.
Claro, es que al final estás entre dos
¿Recuerdas la
aguas.
final
Eso es.
hace dos
Sí.
años?
Qué bonito fue, Jovan, allí.
De toda la, por ejemplo, a lo mejor tú juegas 200 partidos, 300 partidos, pero te quedas con 3, 4 momentos. Después de muchos años
Sí.
te quedas con 3, 4 momentos. Esta generación se va a quedar, no se va a quedar con este partido. Este partido se va a olvidar, pero te quedas con una final.
Eso es.
Yo tuve la suerte de jugar la final de Recopa contra Lazio, la final de Mestalla, ganar la Supercopa, ascenso también se recuerda, pero normalmente se acuerdan los finales. Y partidos como este tipo se olvidan.
Y te preguntaba, Jovan, estás entre dos aguas, estás la liga, que es la vida al final, que es donde tienes que apostarlo todo, ¿no? Pero también está la copa, que claro, es la ilusión. Claro, tienes que sacar un 11 un tanto diferente, porque claro, los jugadores que hoy llegan, pues hoy ha sido un partido bastante duro, cansados. Tienes que sacar un 11 titular diferente, con Javi Abrés, Marc Domènech.
Esto es de entrenador. Él conoce los jugadores, quién está bien, quién tiene lesiones, con qué puede contar. Pero te digo, tenemos que salir con buen equipo si queremos, puedo decir, salir vivos, porque Depor va a salir. Depor ha sufrido muchísimos años y la gente lo que quiere y lo que necesita es Depor de hace 10, 15 años. Y es una manera de, de disfrutar jugar contra un equipo de primera división.
¿Quién sabe
Seguro va a tener campo lleno.
Sí, quién sabe si la próxima temporada el Deportivo estará en primera división. Ahora mismo es segundo con 32 puntos, empatado a puntos con el Almería. El cuarto es el Las Palmas con 30 puntos también. Está a 2 del segundo. Y el primero sí que es el Racing de Santander, que está con 36 puntos, que tiene un poquito de ventaja. Joan, te quería preguntar, de jugadores que decimos, claro, el próximo partido ante el Depor tienes que sacar un 11 titular diferente, porque claro, el viernes tienes el partido ante el Valencia, si no voy equivocado. Un jugador que a mí me ha gustado mucho, que tú lo has nombrado en la primera parte y al comenzar la segunda, que te gustaría verlo, era Takuma Asano. Yo creo que hemos visto a un Takuma, lo estamos viendo diferente. Ya en Copa del Rey nos dejó grandes destellos y hoy nos ha vuelto a dejar grandes destellos. Parece que estamos recuperando ese gran Takuma Asano después de la última lesión.
Bueno, Taco Asano es un jugador, yo lo conozco porque hace un par de temporadas jugó en Serbia y vi todos los partidos. En un jugador físicamente espectacular, rápido, que tiene gol. De él no puedes esperar regates como Virgini, pero siempre te da trabajo. Y el último partido, la verdad que salió de la lesión. El último partido en la Copa estuvo bastante bien, hoy también casi asiste a Abdón el cuarto y él nos puede dar, si está bien y si le acompañan, digamos, si le respetan las lesiones, nos puede dar muchísimo.
Vale, pues estamos esperando la rueda de prensa de Yago Barrasate, compañeros. Miguelito, ¿tenemos rueda de prensa o no? Vale, pues vamos a esperar 5 minutos. Mientras tanto, Jovan, mira, voy a despedirte porque está haciendo frío y está lloviendo aquí en Somos.
Pero bonito, frío esto, pero mira, tranquilidad
después de la tormenta,
Sí, después de la tormenta, la verdad que estamos disfrutando, del ambiente. Mira la tranquilidad que tenemos.
Yo no lo quería decir, pero es verdad que tú dices,
Sí.
cuando
Espectacular.
hace un rato había un montón de ruido aquí, que parecía una olla en ebullición, ¿no? Y ahora se ha quedado esto totalmente tranquilo y con la lluvia cayendo.
Qué bonito es el campo.
Sí, no, la verdad que es increíble, ¿eh? Es que
Sí.
tú que has vivido en diferentes estadios y ahora cuando lo ves, te gustaría jugar aquí, ¿eh?
Sí, muy bonito.
La gente más metida.
Nosotros la verdad que sufrimos, y jugadores y también la afición, cuando nos fuimos de Rui Pichar, porque la gente estaba más cerca
del campo.
Del campo de los jugadores, y ahora otra vez después de 20 años o 25 años, porque inauguraron este campo me parece el 2000. Mira, después de 25 años pues tenemos
se ha quitado las pistas
campazo
de atletismo y ya la afición está más apretada, más cerca de la gente. Jovan, próximo partido martes ante el Depor. Voy a esperarte aquí, ¿no? Eres el hombre,
estoy aquí,
eres el hombre de
no
la
hago
suerte.
nada. Sí, la verdad que sí. Cuando no vengo, mira, el otro día contra Osasuna no he venido y sufrimos.
Por
así
eso
que
digo,
una broma.
no, eres el hombre de la suerte. Por lo tanto,
Pues nos vemos, vale.
nos vemos
Cuando
el
queráis,
martes.
estoy dispuesto.
Gracias, Jovan. Pues nada, vamos a esperar. Yo creo que entre 2 minutos vamos a poner la pantalla de esperando protagonistas porque tendremos la rueda de prensa directa de Yago Barrasate.
tiempo.